Fuck it. Let's go. People are gonna be mad at me for this video, but I have to say this. This movie looks like shit. It just does. And I think a lot of people are gonna be very mad at this. But I please just hear me out, people. Don't fanboy out and be like, no, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be amazing. You don't know that. You just don't. You haven't seen this movie. Do not decide a movie is perfect and great before you've seen it, because a lot of people do that with Marvel, and this one particularly has been a big talking point. The reason why is because people have been leaking that Doctor Strange is in the movie, that Doc Ock's in it, Jamie Foxx, all these other characters are going to be in it, and they don't know, and they did not know this was official because it was never officially revealed, but they were basically saying it was true. And it turns out that, well, at least Doc Ock and Doctor Strange are in it, which we kind of already knew Doctor Strange was in it. There was like a Funko Pop that was officially revealed of Doctor Strange, so that makes sense. But a lot of these other characters, we just did not know that, and we still don't really know. But it looks very likely that that's true. I mean, they said multiverse. But my issue with this trailer is it really shows how stupid of a concept this movie is. This is a fanboy movie. It is written for fanboys. So it's like, it feels very fan fiction-y to me. What I mean by that is like when Doctor Strange is told in this trailer by Wong, do not cast that spell, it's too dangerous. He is the Sorcerer Supreme, okay? That is not Doctor Strange's deal to grapple with time and other things. Now, I don't really know the concept of that, but it looks like this is something very out of character for Doctor Strange to do. He is very much play by the rules, Doctor Strange, I mean, in the first movie, he broke a few rules, but for the most part, he's very, no nonsense when it comes to the rules of all that type of stuff. So for him to do this is ridiculous. And then it's also of Peter trying to hide his identity, which is a good concept. Okay, that's a Spider-Man story. I think that's the thing with this. It is a lot better than Far From Home and Homecoming. Homecoming and Far From Home are not Spider-Man movies. They're Iron Man Jr. movies. And what I mean by that is a lot of the plot and villains of those movies revolve around Peter's relation to them. Or not Peter, Iron Man's relationship to those villains. Like the Vulture, very much an Iron Man villain. Because he has no connection to Peter other than his daughter at the end of the movie. And then we also have Mysterio, who wants revenge against Tony Stark. So they're not really those types of villains. First of all, and the other thing about this is, it is ridiculous that Peter is so quick to wipe everybody's mind. Once he told MJ and nobody would remember, well then just wipe that. What I'm trying to say is why didn't he just tell Doctor Strange to stop doing the spell? I guess they were too far into it or something, but it seemed a little ridiculous to me. My main issue with this trailer is Doctor Strange being out of character. That really bugged me. And then also the villains being the multiverse characters. Because again, with the story is great, right? Of Peter wanting people to forget that now everybody knows it's Spider-Man. It's a very personal conflict to Peter. That's something that we want. But now we're having villains are from other Spider-Man universes, okay? So Peter has no personal relationship to these characters. And that's how Spider-Man story should go. It should be the villain has a personal relationship to Spider-Man. That's how a Spider-Man story works. It is not up for debate. You cannot change that. So people, unless you're doing a completely different interpretation and you want to say that's my different interpretation, no. But, there's different ways to do different interpretations. They've changed Batman a lot in different forms of media. He's been a samurai, all kinds of stuff. But he still keeps the root of what I like about that character every single time. And this is not what I like about Spider-Man. I think this movie looks like garbage. And that's because I can tell that they're not writing a movie around being a good movie and a good Spider-Man story. They're writing a movie because let's make what the fanboys want. The fanboys want the multiverse. The fanboys want Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. The fanboys want Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And I don't want these characters to cross over. Why? Because Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man and all of his characters in that world were shit. And so to see them in this movie, they're still going to be shit. Sorry. I know that there's been some images of like Electro in a different outfit and stuff. Not from The Amazing Spider-Man, but it's still Jamie Foxx playing Electro. Right? It's still the same actor, and I didn't think the actor gave a good performance. Now, maybe that was because what he was given was bad, but it's like, probably not just him. I think Jamie Foxx is not a bad actor, but he's not the type of person who should be playing that type of character. And also, I don't want to see this movie because I know that people are going to say it's good before it even comes out. They're going to say it's great. They're going to talk about how amazing it is before the movie even comes out. They do this with every Marvel movie, but because this one has the fanboy excitement of it and it being made just for the fanboys, that means that that's all they're going to say about this movie, and there's not going to be any like general honest opinions of people who think differently aloud. You know, this movie is going to have a reaction. You know, I have said negative things about Marvel, and I'm not even joking. I've got harassed by people. Because the reality is, people do not like when you say negative things about Marvel, because they have told themselves, before these things come out, it is perfect. It is great. They decide this before the movies come out. And people will deny this to me all the time and go, no, nobody does that. Lots of people do, though. They do. They decide these things are perfect before they've seen the movie. It happens, it's annoying, and I hate it. If you want to see a movie and enjoy yourself, fine. If you expect a movie to be good, that's cool. Go expect a movie to be good, but be honest with yourself when it's not that good. Endgame, not that good of a movie. Has a lot of flaws with it. It's not that I'm saying it's not okay to like that movie, but it's not okay to rate it 10 out of 10 and say it's like a perfect movie all the time. Because it isn't. It's a normal movie with flaws. It's not okay to call it one of the greatest movies ever made just because you cried when Iron Man died, and even though that the rest of the movie wasn't that good. You know, it's not okay. It drives me nuts. I can't stand this shit, and I don't even want to see this movie, but I will because I watch every Marvel movie, and that's just how I am. And also, the reality is, looks fine overall, but it's just like I can just tell it's not being written as a good movie. It's being written as a fanboy movie, and I don't see it being a really good film. I just don't. I don't see it. I can see it be entertaining or whatever, but I don't want to see an entertaining movie if it's not a good, well-written movie. That's the reality of it. I just don't.